Kate Martin just dropped a bombshell that has the entire WNBA shaking. And what she revealed about her time in Vegas will make you question everything you thought you knew about player development in this league. The former Iowa star who helped Caitlin Clark dominate college basketball just exposed exactly why she fled the Las Vegas Aces for the Golden State Valkyries. And the truth is more shocking than anyone expected. Before we dive into this explosive revelation, if you're here for the real WNBA drama that nobody else is talking about, hit that subscribe button right now because what comes next is going to blow your mind. Kate Martin's journey from Iowa sensation to Vegas benchwarmer to Golden State's newest weapon is a story nobody saw coming. Remember when she and Caitlin Clark were tearing up college basketball together? Kate was averaging 13.1 points and nearly 7 rebounds in their final season at Iowa. Those aren't role player numbers, those are star numbers. She was the one setting those brutal screens that freed Caitlin for those logo threes. She was grabbing offensive boards when Caitlin's shots didn't fall. She was the defensive anchor that allowed Caitlin to gamble for steals. Without Kate Martin, there is no Caitlin Clark phenomenon. But what happened next would shock everyone in the basketball world. The Las Vegas Aces drafted Kate with promises of development and opportunity. Instead, she found herself watching from the bench as her career stalled before it even started. Her playing time tells the devastating story. In May of 2024, she averaged about 20 minutes per game, respectable for any rookie. By September, just 11.5 minutes. Her production cratered to 2.6 points and 1.6 rebounds. Those aren't numbers that reflect lack of talent. They reflect something much darker, a systematic burial of a promising player. The playoffs were even worse. 6 playoff games, 3 total minutes. 3. Let that sink in. The same player who helped lead Iowa to back-to-back Final Fours couldn't even get garbage time minutes in Vegas. That's not player development. That's a message. And the message was crystal clear. Kate Martin wasn't part of the Aces' plan, and they weren't even trying to hide it anymore. But that wasn't the whole story. And what Kate revealed next exposed the real problem in Vegas. In a shocking new interview that just dropped this week in January 2025, Kate finally opened up about the exact moment she realized Vegas was destroying her career. She described sitting on that bench game after game, watching her confidence evaporate, feeling her skills rust, knowing that every passing day was another step backward in her development. The franchise that was supposed to nurture her talent was actively letting it waste away. Then came the phone call that changed everything. It was Caitlin Clark herself, checking in on her former teammate. Kate admits she almost didn't answer because she was so embarrassed about how her career was going. But Caitlin wouldn't let her friend disappear into obscurity. According to Kate, Caitlin told her straight up that she was too good to be rotting on anyone's bench, that she needed to find a situation where her talent would be valued, not buried. What happened next would set off a chain reaction that's still reverberating through the league today. The Golden State Valkyries, the WNBA's newest expansion team launching in 2025, had been quietly monitoring Kate's situation. They saw what Vegas couldn't or wouldn't. A player with championship DNA being criminally underutilized. When they made their move to acquire Kate, it wasn't just a roster addition, it was a statement. They were building something different, something that valued the exact skills Kate brought to the table. Kate's revelation about her first conversation with Golden State's coaching staff is absolutely mind-blowing. She says they told her they'd been studying her Iowa tape for months. Not just the highlights, but the dirty work, the screens, the rotations, the communication. They saw her as the perfect foundation piece for their new culture. After months of being ignored in Vegas, Kate says she literally broke down crying when Golden State's coach told her she was exactly what they were looking for. The contrast between Vegas and Golden State couldn't be more stark. In Vegas, Kate was the 13th player on a 12-player roster. In Golden State, she's being positioned as a cornerstone of their inaugural season. The Valkyries have already announced she'll be a starter, something that seemed impossible just months ago when she was collecting DNPs in Vegas. But here's where it gets really interesting. Kate dropped another bomb in her interview when she revealed that multiple current WNBA players have reached out to her privately, asking about Golden State's culture and expressing their own frustrations with how certain franchises handle player development. She wouldn't name names, but she hinted that some very big names are watching what Golden State does with her very closely. The timing of Kate's move is particularly fascinating when you consider what's happening with her former Iowa teammate. Caitlin Clark is currently dealing with her own challenges in Indiana, missing games in early 2025 due to injury concerns. But even from the sidelines, Caitlin has been Kate's biggest cheerleader, posting about her Golden State move on social media and calling it long overdue recognition for one of the most underrated players in the game. What makes Kate's story even more compelling is how it exposes a larger problem in the WNBA. How many Kate Martins are sitting on benches right now watching their careers slip away because they landed in the wrong situation? How many talented players never get the chance to show what they can do because established veterans monopolize every meaningful minute? Kate's courage in speaking out might just spark a larger conversation the league desperately needs to have. The psychological toll of her Vegas experience is something Kate is just now starting to process. She admitted that there were nights she questioned whether she was good enough for the WNBA, whether those Iowa years were just a fluke. She said watching film of herself from college versus how she looked in those limited Vegas minutes was like watching two different players. The confidence, the aggression, the joy, it had all been stripped away. Golden State's approach to rebuilding Kate's confidence has been revolutionary. They've brought in sports psychologists specifically to work with players who've been in similar situations. They're treating her not just as a basketball player, but as a person who needs to rediscover her love for the game. Kate says the first time she walked into Golden State's practice facility, they had a video montage of her Iowa highlights playing on the main screen with a message that said, "Welcome home." The financial implications of Kate's move are also worth discussing. While she can't disclose specific numbers due to league rules, she hinted that Golden State's offer wasn't just about playing time. It was about investing in her long-term development. They've committed to personal trainers, skill coaches, and development programs that Vegas never even discussed with her. This isn't just a team change, it's a complete career transformation. But perhaps the most shocking revelation from Kate's interview was her admission that she almost quit basketball entirely. She said there was a moment in December 2024, sitting alone in her Vegas apartment, where she seriously considered walking away from the game she'd loved her entire life. The only thing that stopped her was remembering something Caitlin told her during their Iowa days, that giving up would mean letting down every young girl who watched them play and believed anything was possible. The response from the basketball community to Kate's revelations has been explosive. Former players, coaches, and analysts are all weighing in, with many calling her situation in Vegas a travesty and praising Golden State for recognizing her value. Even some Vegas fans are questioning why their franchise let such a talented player waste away on the bench. What's really interesting is how Kate's move might influence the upcoming 2025 WNBA draft and free agency period. Sources close to multiple draft prospects say they're now looking much more closely at team culture and development programs rather than just market size or championship potential. Golden State's treatment of Kate Martin might just become the new standard that players demand from their franchises. Kate also revealed that she's been in constant contact with other former Iowa players now in the WNBA, creating an informal support network for players dealing with similar situations. She mentioned that the bond formed at Iowa goes beyond basketball, and they're all committed to helping each other succeed at the professional level, regardless of what jersey they wear. The technical adjustments Kate is making with Golden State are fascinating. She's working on expanding her game beyond what she showed at Iowa, developing a more consistent three-point shot and improving her ball handling skills. Golden State sees her not just as a role player, but as someone who could develop into a legitimate two-way threat. They're investing in her potential, not just utilizing her current skills. Looking ahead to Golden State's inaugural season starting in May 2025, Kate Martin might just be the story everyone's watching. Can a player who was basically discarded by one franchise become a cornerstone for another? Can the confidence and joy she showed at Iowa be recaptured at the professional level? The entire league is about to find out. Kate's final message in her interview was powerful and direct. She said she wants every young player watching to understand that sometimes the first opportunity isn't the right opportunity. That being undervalued doesn't mean you're not valuable. That finding the right situation can change everything. She's living proof that career resurrection is possible, even when it seems like all hope is lost. The Kate Martin story isn't just about basketball, it's about perseverance, friendship, and refusing to let others define your worth. From Iowa glory to Vegas obscurity to Golden State redemption, her journey is far from over. In fact, it might just be beginning. If you think Kate Martin deserves this second chance with Golden State, smash that like button and comment Golden State Kate below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be following her incredible comeback story all season long. The WNBA better be ready because Kate Martin is about to remind everyone exactly what they've been missing.